Oh, welcome back my gardening friends to the end of June tour of both allotments and vegetable harvest. This is my giant cabbage. I won't be eating that in a hurry. It'll take some eating when it's fully grown, hopefully. But the Sunflower Challenge, hashtag Sunflower Challenge 2020, everything's there, doing really well, and even the tallest one's getting some height on it now. It's getting ahead as well, so it won't get awfully high. But the Wildflower Garden, Wildlife Pond, doing quite well. The grapevine recovered from the frosts towards the end of May. That needs a drastic prune. Some of the goods that's happened this month is the gravity-fed rainwater guttering system. At the moment, everything is really liking it, and I do need to prune back this pomegranate bush, but I'm pleased with those. I think I'll probably be taking the grapevine out of here. It just creates a lot of shade. Even this part of the plot's getting a little bit messy. It doesn't take long to do, but limited time on watering. Yes, we're watering again. A good thing, in June we got another 2,000 litres of compost. For anybody that doesn't watch me on a regular basis and just watches the tours, we had about 1,700 litres of this. I've moved some to the bin, and I am going to be planting my Christmas potatoes soon. I'm going to give them a good head start. These Southpaw mirrors, the ones that I grew from seed, they were the last ones out the polytunnel that I overwintered in there. So I had fresh vegetables, well, fresh potatoes should we say, all year round. So I'm going to get those planted very, very soon. Probably use the cloth bags so that I can put them into the greenhouse. The other comfrey plant is started to flower now. So now that one's flowering, this one can go into the bin. Now these strawberries, they don't do awfully well, not normally, but everything that we've had this time, excuse me, has done them the world of good. The dry, the wet, everything else. And I've had more strawberries this year than I've ever had. I fed these recently with the manure runoff. Anyone that hasn't actually seen that, oh, cherries, and the birds haven't taken them. Oh, hang on. We've got to go for it, guys. Probably ain't ready, but I'm going to at least have my first cherry of the season. Ooh, a bit tart, but okay. There's the manure runoff. Haven't been able to collect any manure this year because of the COVID-19. I've not bothered going. Keep everyone safe, including myself. Another good thing, in June we created more space, roof space, to collect water, and then we use the bridge siphoning method. So all these drums are interconnected with pipes. Those are full of water, so as that drum fills up, pushes water into that one, pushes into that one. So if I draw water from here, it'll draw water from there and there. So this will be ideal in the future when I move the drums about. They're not staying here because I can't get at me raspberries. These are coming into bloom now. We did show those, and some of the things are doing well. That's a giant beetroot, giant celeriac. That was one of my carrots. The weather is playing absolute havoc. Look at this now. We got rid of all the weeds. I was watching Woody at Cumbrian Homestead, and he says always collect your apples up when you actually thin them. He's just put out a really good video on how to make sure you select the right apple so they'll store. I don't store any apples, but what a cracking video that was. That's the Cumbrian Homestead. That's Woody. But everything in here now, the wildflowers are growing really well. And these structures we built out of these are single-use lifting straps. They lift a ton, so I'm sure they'll hold the raspberries away. And all I do every time I come to the plot is just pop them underneath. Sorry, Mr. or Mrs. Ladybug. But these are even started to show signs of flowering and fruiting. If these volunteer sunflowers get any bigger, I'm not going to get by there, but I just can't remove them. Blackberries. Wind's playing havoc again, look. Need to tie those that blackberry back in. Now we left these over the winter because autumn fruiting you cut off at the bottom and then you get all this lovely new growth. But these haven't come to anything. So, and the actual at the bottom it spoilt them. So definitely autumn fruiting, and definitely will all be pruned off at the bottom just after Christmas into the new year. So we've gone from plot 1 to plot 3. Plot 1 is more fruit. I've been putting a lock on the gate to stop anybody from coming in and taking any of the fruit. It does happen. Bargum, them weeds are soon growing. The black currants now are near enough ready. Excuse me. I love the smell and the taste of the black currants. Red currants are just coming good. And this bush was fairly new. It might be 3 years old now, but that's just one stem. I'm going to have to make a structure to hold all these up, but everywhere we look, this is the original stem. If you've never tried white currants, they're totally different. So all I do is pop them in my mouth and strip the stalk. Excuse me. Oh, lovely. Hardly any aphids at all now. And that may be one of the babies. That's one of the babies that's gone into a ladybug, and it's probably flew off now. It doesn't seem to take long. You've got they're probably just started to change. Oh, I haven't been here for 2 days now. Look at this lot. I'm supposed to be having a vegetable harvest, not gorge myself, but we've had some rain again today. But look at that lot, excuse me. They're not the most prettiest, but they look absolutely lovely with the other fruit that we have at the moment. And this is the other side. There's the new growth. There's not many poking through the top now because there's that much fruit hanging off them. It's going to take me an hour to pick these. I think I'll have to wait till tomorrow. I just can't help myself, excuse me. There you go. The new growth is the lighter colour and the old growth is the darker colour, he says. As if nobody knows that. Oh yeah. the red gooseberries, goosgogs. They're doing really nice as well. Just started to come good. Excuse me. I think this rain really helped. And just there, look, in the middle, not the weeds, don't look at the weeds. That's how easy to pull it out. The birds are desperately trying to get in. Where's my footpath gone? I shall have to work from each side. So, not sure whether... Oh no, I think they've gone. No, I'm not going to touch, or am I? No, I think they're actually changing. If you remember, all this... I'm not going to touch them, they might still be in there. But they did a cracking job. Look at them, all over the place. I hope they stay here on my allotments next year. They've done a cracking job. Well, I can't say any more about the square foot gardening. This is the original Bloods beetroots. It's still going strong. That's the original lettuce that we planted. Kale's going to seed. We've got the carrots there that aren't affected at the moment with what's happening, and they're just bulbing out now. I said I wasn't going to put carrots in the square foot gardening again, but doesn't it look pretty? The spring onions, them white Lisbon, they do come well. The New Zealand spinach, it seems to be bulking up now. That was a recommendation. Again, the bull's blood, that's original. So is the chard. Unfortunately, I don't think the tomato in a bottle is doing well. Struggling to water it, struggling to do a lot with it really. I'm going to be harvesting all the potatoes, all my rockets. So that was another one was sown on the 15th of the 3rd, plus the seed that we first sowed on the 1st of December. So it'll be interesting to see what's in that one. It hasn't done very well since I bought it from the greenhouse grow room. Trailing tomatoes, save seed, overwintering seed, where we slice them up. Lots of lettuce. Now these are the microgreens. I said I was going to plant some to see how they did. So I'm going to take those home and we're going to try those on a Sunday dinner. Just steam them up, and if they taste all right, then there's no reason why we can't buy in bulk the beets. These are some more bull's blood sown on the 26th of the 5th, and we do have a few successional sowings of the radish again there, more spring onions, even the peas now. I did enjoy the pea shoots are growing well. Celery is coming out the top. This is the best celery I've got at the moment, protected a little bit from the elements. No sign of blight on the potatoes. Keeping this moist. I haven't done the cells this time, I've just guessed where to put them with the issues we've had previously, and that one's netted up to protect the other ones that are just coming through. So we've got some cucumbers there, and the melons, the peas, the long beans, cheeky prints there. We've got the Swedes here, and the sweet corn is just started to take off now. So we've got two sisters there. It's working okay, but the Swedes we planted in between here, between the peas and the long beans, started to rot off. That one's holding its own, but these flowers now, hopefully they'll set. If not, I will spray them with a fine mist to help them on their way. The long beans I'm going to cut off up there. They're already started to throw out the side runners. I've been winding them in. But considering this didn't exist 9 months ago, I'm really pleased with how things are turning out. And Alan from the Dawn Chorus plot mentioned once these start bulking out, they soon get some weight in them. So I'm pleased with those. Alan sent me some more things, and I'll be doing a mail call at home another day. These keep drying out, they're taking a lot of water. I'm now thinking, Alan mentions he used the microgreens, the field beans. I've bought some mustard. Basically, I could have bought that and then paid postage, or buy the two and get free postage. So those were free, so that's mustard seeds are free. So these are from www.sowseeds.co.uk. Very reasonable, very reasonable. I've got to try them first, but Alan did well with his. Just started to go a bit manky now. The variegated onion. And then these are the other giants. Calces are looking really well. Never had so many big heads of broccoli, so these beds are doing well. And there's my telltale signs that they're the sprouts. Yeah, let's go and have a little look at it. Just started to discolour a bit, but that is the best cauliflower I've ever grew, and they're all the same. They're all doing well. The beetroot that we didn't harvest straight away, they've probably gone too big now, but better to have too many than not enough. Here's me saying these were all the same colour. They're not the best, but I would like to grow dahlias in the future. So we've got some Autumn King 2 in here. I'm just trying to keep them with a bit of moisture, so I've got 4 rows there. The celery is looking a little bit sad after the transplant, but the interplanted radishes are doing well. Not too much of a change, a few more reddened leaves on the carrots. It's just been one of those years. Jerusalem artichokes are really storming away now. I must harvest the rest of these, and we'll be leaving 1 or 2 of these stalks for seed. They got that big so quickly I forgot to get the other pallet collar on. Just a little bit of weeding to do in there, but these in the shade are doing a little bit better. That one went to seed, I've cut it all back. No doubt the other one will. Just the weather, I don't think it can be helped. I've been trying to move some soil about here because this has been done in layers, so now I'm digging it through and spreading it out so it's a bit of a mix, and it ain't bad stuff, especially with all that compost we get that we keep adding to it. The red Russian garlic, William Coleman Garden and Allotment sent me these to try. Now I've definitely got more than I started with. I pulled these out, or one out, and they were absolutely manky, horrible, but when I just wiped the outer layers off, they don't look too bad. It just looked like that. That one might be going a bit, I must get these off the ground. But he wanted to know how they would do here in the UK. So how have they done, William? Leave me a comment. The tomatoes that were very leggy, and we bent them up double or triple. That one's looking a little bit sad at the moment, but this one's coming to life. And what I will want to do once it gets established is get the pot out and see where it rooted, where we folded it all up. That tomato's not going to come to anything. It would have ended up in the compost bin anyway. My onions, these are the good ones, and I'm pleased with those, the size. And these are the ones that went to seed, so those will get used first. Someone's been pruning his grapes and tomatoes. That's opened it up a bit, guys. You can see a few hanging grapes now, sort of. Yeah, the light's a little bit better. But this doesn't take no weeding. All these tomatoes had blended eggshells put in the base with a few other little goodies to keep them alive. And we don't know the varieties. There's the labels. And there's the tomatoes. So here there may be some lemon boy, some orange banana from Alan, some purple Ukraine from Alan, some black cherry that I had sent me with the lemon boy, Sakura from Alan, Moneymaker that I planted, and Alicante. And I'm not sure. Yeah, these varieties here. So that's the tomato, the shop bought, the cherry. This is its third year of me saving the seed from buying a vine like that in a tray. And then there's the Phil who sent me the Bloody Butcher. And I've just about got on top of these. And then these are all the big Zacks and giant tomatoes. Bar gum, they're taking some keeping under control. Alan seems to think he knows what that variety is. And lots of little courgettes. And then we've got some of the green ones as well. And the melons in here are doing okay as well. But I've thinned these right out. I've been brutal. Oh, let's just turn you around. But I'm going to be brutal at the end of the season anyway. Because the polytunnel's going up, not coming down. Right, I'll do a little bit of harvesting now, and I'll bring you back at the end to see what we've got. And those potatoes did come out really clean. I've just given them a quick swill, just get rid of the rest of the compost. I don't like to take that home. And we've got a nice selection of salad leaves with some chard. There we have the Sparkler 3. Now it doesn't matter how big the radishes get, they seem to be still good. The last of the broad beans, leaving enough for seed. A couple of courgettes, a little yellow one there. Excuse me. Some peas. The rest of the French breakfast. 4 is it, or 5? French breakfast anyway. There's the microgreen beets, I'm going to try those. Onion that went to seed. The Bolt Hardy. Oh, hello. Yes, I've got to feed these as well. Another nice head of broccoli. I've taken that cauliflower. Yeah, to some it ain't very big, but to me that's a great achievement. And all the family are happy. And we're still looking for a name for this young lady and this young man. If you want to drop that into the comments. I've got some really good suggestions from the other video, which is the massive compost find. I'll put it in the card at the top. So nice harvest for this time of the year for me. It'll be nice now to have some tomatoes, but we eat what's available at the time. We don't freeze anything other than the peas, and the peas aren't quite ready yet. And the mange too have gone a bit big, but they'll be nice in my lunchbox. Happy gardening to you all. Just while I'm here, I'd just like to give a bit of a shout out to Robert at My Allotment Life. I think that's correct. That's Robert. He's doing some absolutely brilliant videos. He asks questions, he learns, He builds lovely structures which I'm going to copy. So what a nice gardening community we are. So please pay him a visit. He always comments on my videos. We support each other. And names please. Happy gardening to you all. Until next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now. The raspberries add nettle tea for the green growth and 2 lots of comfrey for the fruit. Really pleased with those raspberries. Summer fruiting. Variety unknown. And we've all gone blurry. Ta-da!